Hi everyone, it's Camilla here from Find My Perfect Venue. I'm joined today by Shelley, who is the host and owner at Olinda Yarra, and she's here to take you on a bit of a virtual venue tour. Thanks for joining us, Shelley.
No worries. Thank you for having me, Camilla.
You're so welcome. So I guess the first thing that blew me away about Olinda Yarra was just the heritage and the history and the sheer beauty of the property. Can you talk to us a little bit about the story of Olinda Yarra as you start to walk around, and then perhaps we can see some key spots, ceremony spots? That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So I'll turn my little phone around now.
Thank you.
And we'll start having a tour. So this is the main homestead, the Queen Anne Homestead, which is just over 120 years old. And Olinda Yarra was established in 1868, and it was an original dairy of the Yarra Valley and the big hub where they held a lot of markets and celebrations. And it was full of history and beautiful gardens. Our gardens, as you can see, are very old, and the gardens were designed in 1870 by William Guilfoyle, who designed the Melbourne Botanical Gardens.
Amazing.
Oh, we've got a bit of sun here. We're now heading towards the reception marquee at the moment.
Okay, beautiful.
And this is where, that's a bit better. We hold up to 200 guests, and with a sit down, or up to 250 cocktail style.
Shelley, that's quite an expansive space, and the beauty of that is the fact that you have a marquee on site, so that's factored into the cost, which can be such a headache for couples who feel like they need to, factor in a property hire and then try and organise the logistics of a marquee. But you've got it on site, which is so great.
Yes, we do. We have it up all the time, and we even got a little extension area here.
I love
which
that.
we call our lounge and bar, and we use it as an indoor bar if it's a little bit wet, or we just use it as a lounge if it's not very wet. And we've got our outdoor, sorry for making you dizzy here, out here is our outdoor bar. So this is our cute little cubby bar, believe it or not. It was the kids' cubby
that is awesome.
We transformed into a bar. I don't know if that's politically correct, but they weren't using it. So
I think it's absolutely politically correct. That's upcycling done right, sister.
That's right.
So Shelley, the perfect couple for this property is a couple that would want to, pop their personal stamp on their wedding. They want to do a bit of DIY, but they want to really curate an experience for their couple. So are they able to bring in their own food trucks and their own alcohol? What do couples usually do at Olinda Yarra?
Yes, so we bring in, you're able to bring in your own catering, and then we actually offer some packages, like we can do BYO. Oh, that's our little poodle. Or we do packaged with local wines and things like De Bortley and craft beers, and try and support the locals. So we offer a few options there, so we're quite versatile.
Okay, wonderful.
So these are our little toilet block here. It looks a bit like a cottage. And do
you know what? That's one good looking toilet block. Can you just go back to that? There's stained windows in the toilet block.
Yes, there are. They're 100 years old.
Really?
Yeah. So we can go in.
Can we go in? Do you know what? I always say to couples who are going on a bit of a venue tour, stick your head inside the toilets and just have a bit of a look.
Okay, here we go. This is our toilet block.
That's some good looking
Or
toilets right
toilet
there.
facilities. Yeah.
Yep, perfect.
So we try and have it so that it's very clean and neat, and it sort of adds to the experience.
It
Helps
does,
us.
yeah. It's not your horrible potty loo things, so that's great.
Yeah, that's right. And I just thought I'd show you. We're just going to the back of the expansive lawns and gardens. So as you can see, we've got some beautiful old oak trees, and yeah, it
That's
just
stunning.
goes on.
Yeah, we're really getting you're going to be doing your 10,000 steps today just in this little virtual tour.
Well, we go to the back border here. This is just the border of the house paddock, and then we expand into the 1,000 acres of Angus cattle property that we have. That I don't know if you can see over there the railway bridge in the
Yeah, off in the
distance,
distance.
and
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, and so we've got all the mountain ranges around us, and our property spans 1,000 acres all the way down to Yarra Glen. So it's very large. And there you can see the Oak Tree Avenue, which you can get a lot of pictures and things on your way out to the railway bridge if you like to. And yeah, we find the photographers have a real adventure out there, and they just say to us, "Oh, Shelley, we could spend hours out here." I said, "Well,
Absolutely.
you've got one."
Yeah, exactly. Use it wisely. And I guess that's one great tip for couples who have decided that Olinda Yarra is the perfect backdrop for them, that their photographer ideally should come out and explore the grounds before the wedding day so they can get a real sense of the best shots available.
Yes, and we do that. We ask them to actually come out and do a little preliminary run through, and we also provide them a map.
Very good.
So we give them a map with some sample photos, and that also helps guide them.
Yeah, that's really
Now,
handy.
over here, through the beautiful oak trees, we have our car park paddock where people walk up through the hay bales there, and we point them down towards the barn if they're having the ceremony in the barn. I
Wonderful.
don't know if you can see, we've got our little alpacas there, and we've got all
Oh.
sorts of animals around.
And I
These
guess
are our little,
sorry, go ahead, Shelley.
these are our little miniature pony yards. We normally have the mini ponies in there, and
Yeah.
for patting, and yeah.
And I guess that's part of the experience. It's such a unique wedding venue in that it's a beautiful farm property. You feel like you're getting married somewhere that no one else knows about, which I know when I was getting married, that was the thing that I was looking for. I was looking for what felt like a private property that I could actually draw back the curtains on and show it off to guests that were coming to what felt like a destination wedding. And this is exactly what you're doing with Olinda Yarra. You are sharing a piece of history and you're sharing a piece of your family property, and you're bringing couples in to experience farm life, country life, and a relaxed, beautiful, rustic wedding.
Yes, that's right. It's only recently been opened in mid 2018, so we're trying to share the history again and help support the maintenance of the heritage buildings and
Yes.
keep it how it is. Yeah.
Shelley,
So it's a win-win.
just before you keep going, can you do a quick 180 and show the silos just as a bit of a photo op? You often see those in wedding photos at Olinda Yarra. They're absolutely stunning.
Yes. So we have these gorgeous silos that are over 100 years old, and they were a big innovation at Olinda Yarra. They helped store the hay for the cows and make them produce 3 times more milk. So
Wow.
yeah, and in here we've got our cute little cottage. So this is our 2-bedroom cottage.
Oh, Shelley, it's
And we've got
beautiful.
a little fireplace there. And we have a nice suite for the bridal couple or their friends. And we have a little kitchen. It's a little bit dark in here. And there's some bathrooms and facilities.
Perfect.
And then we go into our other lounge room and we have another bedroom.
Oh, wow. So
And
how many does that sleep, Shelley?
yeah, and this has actually got some little bunk beds. So
Oh, cute.
this sleeps around 6 people.
Okay.
And yeah, and we find bridal couples love it. They love it the night before with maybe just the brides and the bridesmaids or the groom and groomsmen, or on the night of their wedding. Yeah, and even during day use, we offer it for their guests if Nana wants a nap.
Yep.
Or that sort of thing. Yeah,
Great
so
idea.
it's quite cute, the cottage. It's a real hit.
It's lovely. It's very sweet. And often you need somewhere that you can retreat to, even, during the wedding, if the couple's just been married and they need 5 minutes to give each other a high five and go, oh my goodness, we're actually doing this. We're married. It's nice to have somewhere calm and relaxing to retreat to without all of your guests, wanting to swarm you.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Well,
where are we now? Where are we heading now, Shelley?
We're in the stables and barn courtyard. And this is where all the cows used to be milked in their heyday. And
No pun intended. That was brilliant.
and we have our noisy ducks and chickens up there at the silos. And yes, the little chickens walking everywhere.
Complimentary photo props. That's great.
That's it.
Yes.
And now we're going into the barn where we have ceremonies.
Stunning.
And yeah, and we find everyone loves the blue doors. And we have optional arbors here. We have a triangle and a rectangle one. And that just saves people from hiring things. And yeah, our little fairy lights are on, but it's quite bright. Oh, there's Sugar.
Sugar. Gorgeous.
So yeah.
Okay.
So
perfect.
The barn is quite a hit. And we often have to stop the animals from walking in during the ceremony, but that's okay. Or the rooster might crow during the vows, but that's farm life.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if people aren't getting married in the stables chapel, are there any other areas that you find, or are there any other key photo areas that you'd want to show off to couples watching?
Yes. So some of the lawn areas and the oak trees where we were before, that we've had some.
There we go. Right on cue.
We've had some ceremonies, and yeah, we've also had them at the roundabout in front of the Homestead, which I'll show you in a minute. We've had one that was about to be here in front of our tea house here, the old tea house, on the lawns here. But yeah, it was a little bit wet that day, so we had to use the barn instead. So yeah, there's our cute little tea house.
That is so sweet. And the great thing is about the property also that there's lots of little nooks and crannies that you could set up, a children's corner, or if it's a high tea celebration, or like another outdoor lounge. There's so many spaces that you can create for your guests, which I love.
Yes, we've got so many, and we're still discovering them as couples come through. They say, "Oh, Shelley, what about this?" And I say, "Oh, well, that's an awesome idea." Yeah. So just here on the roundabout, we had a ceremony. About a month or so ago. Wow. And they used the pencil pines there as their backdrop, and all the guests were sitting on the seats on the roundabout lawn here. So
That's
yeah,
stunning.
it was gorgeous.
Beautiful.
And of course you've got the homestead here, and yeah, and we've got some, yeah, the homestead itself is there's lots of beautiful photos on the verandas here, the big verandas, and
Mm,
yeah, it's just gorgeous.
lovely.
Gorgeous little.
There are so many gorgeous spots, absolutely. And I guess one logistical question. So, uh, as far as car parking goes, we saw the area before where you recommend people park their cars. How many cars are able to fit in that space?
Yeah, so we can fit, I'll just flip the camera around. We can fit up to probably 400 cars in there.
Okay,
So
that's heaps.
yeah, we had the opera festival, and they had a large tent in that paddock, as well as 200 cars. Yeah, so we've had a lot of activity in that paddock, and yeah, so it's quite, yeah. Well, we've got 1,000 acres, so I'm sure we can find lots of spots.
Amazing. That's
And
that's
yeah.
perfect. And it's really nice to find a venue that can host a big fat wedding, but it can also, you can take advantage of an on-site marquee, but you can also do, high tea events. It's such a versatile venue.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we're really finding how versatile it is, and all the space, and just yeah, we've had outdoor dance floors. Yeah, we've had large catering for over 200 already. So yeah, it's and that just, it didn't seem to be crowded at all. It was very spacious. Yeah,
Yep, that's
so
perfect. Lovely.
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for taking us on a tour. Yourself and Sugar there is giving you some sugar. It's really lovely for couples to be able to do a bit of a walkthrough, particularly at the moment where, they want to win back their wedding mojo and they can't quite do it because they can't, get outside and meet wonderful wedding venue hosts like yourself. So I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through.
Yeah.
What I'll do, Shelley, is I'll pop the link for Olinda Yarra, the inquiry form in this post. So if couples want to have a chat with you and perhaps give you a call or discuss, some package options, we'll do that as well.
Fantastic. Yes.
Lovely.
Love it.
Thanks,
Look forward
Shelley.
to hearing from everyone.
Sounds good. See ya.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. And I would like to nominate Acacia Ridge for the next Find My Perfect Venue tour.